Municipal Building, published as a legal notice in the Suburban Trends newspaper and distributed to all persons requesting notice in accordance with township policy.
Please join me in a pledge of allegiance, followed by a prayer and a moment of thanks for our individuals serving our nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that every deliberation will result in actions which will promote the common good and the general welfare for all the people of Pequannock Township.
The clerk will please call the roll.
Ms. Florence Lynch?
Here.
Mr. Phelan?
Here.
Mr. Vanderhoff?
Here.
Ms. Winterfield?
Here.
Mayor Cole?
Here. Next on the agenda is presentations, and we have Sister Marie from Holy Spirit School here to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the school. I'm going to ask Councilwoman Florence Lynch to join me. For the proclamation, it says, whereas Holy Spirit is a valued member of the Pequannock Township community, and whereas the school opened its doors in 1956 with 4 grades and now provides a comprehensive school environment for children from pre-K3 to 8th grade. And
whereas with staffing by the Sisters of Religious Teachers in Philippines, Holy Spirit School educates children from all religious denominations who reside in Pequannock Township and surrounding communities, striving to give every student a solid moral and academic foundation so that they will understand and be prepared to make a difference in our ever-changing world. And whereas the school has generously shared its classroom resources and welcomed the community to enjoy its celebrations.
now, therefore, on behalf of the Township of Pequannock and its residents, Mayor David Cole and members of the Township Council, do hereby proudly join Holy Spirit in celebration of Holy Spirit's 60th anniversary of providing excellence in Catholic education. Congratulations.
Well, that's dangerous with me. No, all I can say is thank you for recognizing Holy Spirit School. It's an important time for us, and we've always felt very privileged to be members of the Pequannock Township, truly. We've always tried to be involved, and you've been very good to us. So I thank you, and God bless all of you and your hard work.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, sister. Bless you one. Pictures.
You've done enough meetings in the past.
Right.
Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
See you in a little bit.
Bye-bye.
At this time, there are reports, or are there any reports or comments from any volunteers serving our community? Next on the agenda is public comment. The public comment period will be limited to a total of 30 minutes. An additional period of public comment is reserved later in the meeting. Individuals are requested to limit their questions and comments to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized, come to the microphone, provide your name and address for the record.
There's a stampede.
There being no additional comments. Next on the agenda is public hearing on ordinance number 2016-16. Ms. Levine.
Ordinance number 2016-16, an ordinance amending Chapter 152 entitled Sewers of the Code of the Township of Pequannock and revising the sewer rental fees and rates.
Are there any comments from council? Anyone in the audience that has any questions and concerns?
Brian? Yeah, thank you.
All right. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2016-16.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, roll call, please.
Ms. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Mr. Vanderhoff?
Yes.
Ms. Winterfield?
Yes.
Mayor Cole?
Yes. Next on the agenda is public hearing on ordinance number 2016-17. Ms. Levine?
Ordinance number 2016-17, an ordinance amending subsection 3.19.020 of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Pequannock entitled Composition of Police Officers.
Are there any comments from council?
No.
Comment we made is that, the future councils down the road, after we get through this transition period, you might want to move the number back.
Well, I
Keep that.
think that was Dave's
Yes.
original thought.
Right.
Once-
You're talking about where it says up to? Yeah,
well,
that's why we put up to.
I think we're going to 35, and Dave said that he would recommend that we go back to the 31 after this transition period.
Correct, because it's going to cost us obviously more money. We support our police
Well, we can
department.
control that through our
You don't know
budgeting
what
also.
future councils will bring, and they can always change it. But
Right.
Correct.
Again, we support our police department
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
That's why we're doing this.
Yep.
If anyone in the audience has any question or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone, identify yourself for the record. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2016-17.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Mr. Vanderhoff?
Yes.
Ms. Winterfield?
Yes.
Mayor Cole?
Yes. Next on the agenda, there's no ordinances scheduled for introduction. Next on the agenda is resolutions. Ms. Levine?
Resolution 2016-194, authorizing tax office refunds, overpayments, or cancellations. 2016-195, authorizing release of deposits for construction in a township right-of-way. 2016-196, authorizing tax office cancellation of 2016 property taxes. 2016-197, authorizing the abatement of property maintenance violations at designated properties. 2016-198, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the November 18th, 2016 bill list.
Are there any comments on the resolution from council?
None.
You guys good? Is there a motion to adopt these resolutions?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2016-194 through 198. Sorry about that.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Mr. Vanderhoff?
Yes.
Ms. Winterfield?
Yes.
Mayor Cole?
Yes. All right, there's no items for discussion this evening. Next on the agenda is reports and notices. Anyone comments or questions?
Nope, just as I said, and Jay said, we did not have a quorum for a planning board last night, therefore both of those were not heard.
That's sad.
And now that'll be moved for a whole other month?
No, I think one is for December 5th.
Oh, that's right. you have
I
two
think
weeks.
rentals is for December 5th, and I think the sign is for December 19th. The problem is that attorneys have to get paid and so forth, et cetera. It's just not right.
Right.
That's all.
Is this the first time it's happened this year?
I think so.
This year.
Yeah.
It's not a common occurrence, but it's,
It shouldn't
It was a-
happen.
it shouldn't happen. If
It
you're not
should
gonna
not.
make it, you should, at least call the office and
Right.
we can have, do what we have to do ahead of time.
Okay.
All right, we're going to skip over the manager's report.
Why? He
Yes,
has
you
no
want to get a
report.
manager's
MIA.
report?
He has no report.
No, must have something.
All good in Pequannock.
Thank you for that question. Next on the agenda is council reports and announcements. Councilwoman Florence Lynch.
Let's see. I don't have too much, just, I know the library board met, and actually I was gonna ask, for Dave's input, but I guess I can talk to him offline about it. It was just, the library is looking to have a new sign, not a digital sign, just a new sign out front. And, based on the, specifications, they're like all over the board, so they kind of wanted some guidance, just like we told them to do guidance when they go out for bid on the project. I'm gonna ask, Dave to give them some guidance.
Are they changing the size of it, or?
Um,
Because that's a planning board issue.
Yeah, no, I
They
don't
need
think
your
so.
sign?
I don't think so.
I
So
think
if
Just
they've
for a
been out.
change of face, they
Yeah.
can check, but that's usually just, you do
Do
Right.
they need a new
right.
sign? People can't find the library?
No,
Well, why didn't they do that when they were at the
they use
planning
the
board?
internet to find the
Yeah,
library.
I'll find out. I was not at the last library board meeting because I was at the league, and an email came in to me just to touch base with either the council or the manager on some direction on the sign company. So I have the sign companies here. I'll talk to him offline on
Everybody
that.
uses Butler sign. Huh?
Well, that was one of them, yeah, so,
That's the 3 bids.
Right,
yeah, exactly. And that's what I told them,
Butler,
so.
Butler and
yeah.
Butler.
right.
The only other thing I wanted to mention was the Environmental Commission met. I don't know if you guys were copied on the email. We are looking to put a youth liaison.
Sorry.
Sorry, no.
We're looking to put a student on the Environmental Commission because they're doing some great work at the schools. They have environmental clubs at the schools. They have green teams started up at the schools.
Mm-hmm.
What's nice is that we took some Environmental Commission members and they are engaged and going to the school meetings, which is great. So there's some collaboration going on between the schools, clubs, as well as the commission members. So we're trying to find some synergies where the township can help the schools with their projects and vice versa.
We'll have
So
to change the ordinance.
Do you
Yeah,
want to
so-
formalize that by changing the
Why
ordinance?
aren't we
and
just
creating
invite
it?
them so that they can come when they're always invited, it's a public meeting.
right, well, it's something I wanted to discuss, and I didn't know if if it would be too late to talk about it at our meeting.
It would be
So that's
too
why.
late to do an ordinance change.
Right.
If you wanted to formalize it by an ordinance change, you'd have to have that ordinance for the
Right.
next meeting, and
Right.
ready for introduction at the next meeting.
Exactly.
Could always do it as a resolution.
I
Right.
suppose you could, a
I would
one-year,
invite
a
them and get them
one-year
coming
thing,
to see
appointment
if
as
As
a
a
it's-
resolution.
resolution
Yeah, I
advisory,
mean,
you could
yeah.
do that too.
Bob, check the ordinance though. There must
Yeah,
be- there
I
must
do
be
have
anything.
Tom Andrea from Environmental was going back and
Liaison
forth with somebody with the
somewhere,
town. Was it you, Carol?
Parks and Rec.
We had Parks and Rec, I thought we did
Environmental.
environmental years.
We looked, Carol, didn't we? I don't think the ordinance had a youth liaison in it. I think both you and I looked at that ordinance.
Tom Andrea, the chair of the
Environmental Commission.
No, and the Environmental Commission is the one that's set by the state statute.
Oh.
So I don't know whether you can alter that one.
Well, we could, because it wouldn't be, it's a liaison, it wouldn't be a voting member, that would be an issue to try to change any of that, but for us to put liaison, so is, in a sense, other commissions, and I think we can do that. I think I like Rich's suggestion, maybe just a resolution.
A resolution.
Just try it for
For
a
the
year.
lack
see?
of formality
Yeah,
for
try
a
it
year,
for a
rather
year,
than
yeah.
put it, see if it works, and then if
Okay.
it works, you establish it as something more permanent.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
Do that in January.
Then we can do that right at right, we can have the resolution just for the January reorganization to do if we wanted to.
Okay.
But
Thanks.
have someone that we can appoint that.
Yeah, right.
Right. All right. I'll follow up on that. I just wanted to get everybody's input on that. What else? That's it on that. And then at the last meeting, I talked a little bit about the flood committee, that they're gonna do a public community event that was pushed out more into the February timeframe. It was too tight to try to do it beforehand. But the flood committee is working with Joe Golden, with OEM, with Dave, trying to put something together. The idea is to have it across the street. They're gonna have different stations. They'll have representatives from FEMA, Red Cross, the National Flood Insurance Program, OEM, different flood vents, different things like that. So they are starting to really vamp that up and put that together, and we'll be sending out formal invites, so, like to everyone.
And
And that was it.
you'll let us know the date on that?
Yeah, they didn't firm up the date, they
Because it was
just
supposed to
moved
be in
it.
December.
They
right?
moved it from December,
That's
at our suggestion. They'd like to kind of try to do it maybe before the, March, April timeframe, so maybe in February.
Okay. That's it?
Yep.
Councilman Phelan?
We talked about the planning board, so that's all I have.
All right. Councilman Vanderhoff?
Okay. Planning board is the only issue at the moment.
Councilwoman Winterfield?
Well, I had 3 things, but they were questions for the manager, so. Do you know
Ask
anything?
Chris,
He's supposed to be here in 5 minutes.
Oh, is
Okay.
he? Oh, all right.
the meeting could be over in 5
Yeah,
minutes.
that's right.
Yeah, all right. Well, my one question was, I got engaged with several residents about the leaves that are in the streets as opposed to on the curb, and then they complain that, because I know Dave has mentioned this in the past, they're blocking, the storm drains. And then the residents say, well, if they keep them on the curb, they won't pick them up. And Dave says they will, so I don't know. We just need to do a little more publicizing, because the last rain we had, I went down the street, it was a mess. So that's just a mention. I don't know if there's anything we can do on our website or
It's been
anything.
an ongoing issue forever.
Forever.
Right now, we got Mountain Air actually blocked.
Right,
Because of leaves.
3 truckloads.
right.
They
So
look
I
like
don't know
truckloads done.
what the status is there.
Truckloads, like they didn't come from somebody's yard.
And I was wondering if there was any update on fair housing.
Rocco was gonna be here tonight, but had a personal issue that he's
Right.
dealing with, so.
And then I was looking for the skate park, the RFP. Do you know anything about that?
I do not know.
Those are my 3 things I had questions on. I'll talk to Dave.
Well, hopefully
I'll
if
send
he comes, we'll be able to ask him a couple
Right.
questions. I don't have anything. Next on the agenda is public comment. If anyone wishes to address the council, please come forward. Wait to be recognized and for your name and address. Nobody out there.
Come on, Mike.
There's no minutes to approve.
Oh, here we go.
Better go slower.
Next. Bob, is there anything for closed session?
I do not have anything for closed session.
So I'll make that motion.
I do have one short
They're
question.
closed.
Oh, Kathy has
I have
a,
one short question for Bob.
Yeah.
Anything on the Martin Berry house? I know she had the estate sale. Is there any closing?
We do not have a date yet. I've been in contact with her attorney. He does say she wants to get it done by the end of the year, so that leaves us about 1 more month. We're ready as soon as she is. The funding's in place, title work is in place. Everything we have to do is there, so it's really just waiting on her readiness to be out.
How did the estate sale go? Do you know, Kathy?
I did attend, but it was a madhouse when I was there. But I don't know how it wound up. Yeah.
Carol, have you heard back from Dave or no?
I think you should just end it.
Yeah.
Okay. There being no further business, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right.
All right. All in
Jane made the
favor?
motion.
Aye.
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 Say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Good luck, folks.
Yeah, he must